I'm going to put out a bench warrant for your arrest.
You practice in front of bench. That's my job or my attorney job. I'm sui juris. I'm propria person.
Okay, Mr. White, I don't know where you read the stuff that you're saying, but it's legal nonsense.
I'm a beneficiary and I'm a sovereign. I'm here under fraud, menace, and
sir.
I'll travel. I don't drive.
Okay.
All right, folks, we've got a no-nonsense judge going head-to-head with a classic sovereign citizen, and things get heated fast. This individual makes a huge mistake right out of the gate and simply refuses to stop talking, despite the judge's repeated attempts to maintain order. What follows is a tense and, frankly, satisfying exchange where the judge firmly takes control and shuts things down in the end. It's one of those moments where you can't help but appreciate a courtroom professional doing their job with precision. Let me know what you think as you're watching. Did the judge handle it well? Personally, I think they did an excellent job. Let's dive in and watch this sovereign citizen get completely shut down.
Telephone ending in 1336. Tell us your name, please.
I come in sui juris.
Only one of you actually has that phone number, and the other people are just wrong about what their phone number is. Who's calling ending in 1336?
Sui juris and personal persona. I'm Stephen Tyrell White, beneficiary and sovereign. I'm here under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary Daniel Williams Norbeck.
Okay, Mr. White, we're going to pop you over in the waiting room because you're just going to be a distraction for all the citizens here willing to abide by the laws of our country. So we'll pop you over in the waiting room and we'll get back to you. In case you guys have ever heard of the term sovereign citizen in the news, that's what one of...
I'm really enjoying how this judge is handling things so far. You can just tell he's all business and doesn't have time for nonsense. Now, let's see what happens when he brings the sovereign citizen back in. The judge just went through the entire docket and left this guy waiting. So the question is, will that timeout make him rethink his approach? Let's find out if his attitude changes this time around.
Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to read this to you so you understand what you're charged with. This says that on January 7th of this year, on 2nd Street there in the city of Fenville, that you were driving while license suspended. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fines and costs. Do you understand your charge?
Objection, Your Honor. I do not. I do not understand my charges or
okay, I'm going to mark you down as not guilty, and we'll set you for a jury trial. You can continue to...
Your Honor, Your Honor, you practice in front of bench. You practice in front of bench. That's my job or my attorney job. I'm sui juris. I'm propria person.
Okay, Mr. White, I don't know where you read the stuff that you're saying, but it's legal nonsense. It means nothing in a court of law. So if you're not willing to state that you even understand or recognize the authority of the court, my options are I can make you come in for arraignment and not give you a PR bond, and then you'll have to post bond to not sit in jail. You want to do it that way instead? Right now, if I get through arraignment with you, I'll give you a PR bond. Mr. White?
I don't listen. I'm asking you a question.
What's the question, sir?
I'm not arguing with you, Your Honor. I just want you to hear me. I just want you to hear me.
Okay, but I don't want to listen for 20 minutes. Go ahead and ask your one question, and we'll start there and see if it's a real question.
Am I on the record?
Yes.
It's not going to take 20 minutes, Your Honor. I give you my word.
Well, you said you have a question, sir. What's the question you want to ask?
Is this criminal or is it civil?
This is criminal, sir. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fines and costs.
That was 2 questions. My guy, pick a struggle. And no, you cannot get this case dismissed. Do you even know how trials work? News flash, you're not even in one yet. This is literally just a hearing. And here he is, already tossing around legal jargon like he's some kind of courtroom genius. Spoiler alert, he is absolutely...
No, there's no sworn testimony, there's no sworn...
It's because this is just arraignment, sir. What you're talking about is trial. That would be several steps down the road. Arraignment is just for you to make sure that you understand what you're accused of, what the penalty is, and for you to enter a plea. You're accused of driving while license suspended. I read to you what the possible penalties are, and I asked you if you wish to plead guilty or not guilty at this time.
No, with Your Honor, I'm a beneficiary and I'm a sovereign. I'm here under fraud, menace,
okay, sir. Those sentences don't mean anything. They have no legal meaning whatsoever.
It's guaranteed by my constitutional.
I've indicated that since you can't understand arraignment, I've entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I've set you for a jury trial. You can represent yourself free of charge, or you could hire an attorney. And now you must make a choice, sir, for bond. If we get through the arraignment with you on Zoom, I'm going to give you a PR bond, personal recognizance bond. That means you don't have to post any money. We're essentially trusting you that you'll keep coming back for your court dates. It is no driving without a valid driver's license. If you cannot get that far, in other words, if you really don't understand what's happening here, then I'm not going to allow you to be arraigned by Zoom. I'm going to set you for arraignment in person. And you will come to this courthouse. You will not get a PR bond. You will get a $300 cash or surety bond, meaning that you will need to post $300 in cash, or you will sit in jail from that day until your trial date. So I'll give you a choice. Do you want to be arraigned over Zoom like we're doing today, or would you like to come in and be arraigned in person?
Well, I object to all of this, Your Honor, because at this point, I don't even understand the charges. I do not understand the charges. I'm not trying to.
That's fine. No, sir, you're allowed to, sir. You're allowed to object, and I understand your sentence that you don't understand the charges. And so I will attempt to work with you for that for a second. I'm going to read the charges to you, okay? This says that it takes place on January 7th of this year. You understand that, right? The date that I just read.
I'm saying I do not. At this point, Your Honor, it's I was saying this. It was a jurisdiction matter. It's a jurisdiction matter. That's what I'm saying. It's a subject matter of jurisdiction.
This judge is seriously playing chess while this two-brain cell sovereign citizen is still struggling with checkers. And honestly, I'm loving his approach. You can tell he knows exactly what he's doing. He's not falling for any of the usual sovereign citizen nonsense. In my opinion, a lot of judges tend to fumble with these types. They either get too frustrated too fast or let the ranting drag on way too long. But this judge, he's nailing it. Calm, firm, professional, he's shutting it down without ever losing his cool. It kind of reminds me of Judge Oakley, except Oakley tends to raise his voice a lot more, which, hey, fair enough. But this guy's calm demeanor just oozes confidence. He doesn't need to yell to stay in control, and that's what makes it so satisfying to watch. But I know some of you in the comments might think he's being a little too harsh. So let me know, do you think he's handling it perfectly, or is he coming down too hard?
Secretary of State have been suspended or revoked. Because this is the county. Yes?
Objection. I travel. I don't drive.
Okay.
I have no contact.
Sir, here's what we're doing, Mr. White. You are no longer able to be arraigned by Zoom. What I'm going to do is adjourn this. I'm going to adjourn this, and you will get notice at your address there. You will come in, and we will arraign you in person. I'm telling you that I'm not going to give you a personal recognizance bond, sir.
It has to be. Before we can proceed,
White,
before you can proceed, it has to be addressed, Your Honor.
Because we are on the record, I'm going to make this infinitely clear. You're going to get notice to appear in front of me. You have two choices. If you do not appear, I'm going to put out a bench warrant for your arrest. If you do appear, we will have this conversation again about arraigning you to see if you understand the charges, but you are not getting a PR bond. You will need to bring with you $300 cash or surety, or you will be in jail. Do you understand? Those are two options, A and B.
That's a violation of my constitutional rights, Your Honor.
Well, no, it isn't, sir. So we're all set for today. We're done talking. We cannot make any progress. You will be asked to come in person for arraignment. You can either choose to come in arraignment, or you can choose to not be here. If you choose to not be here, a warrant will be entered for your arrest. And if you do choose to be here, make sure you bring that $300 because you're not getting a personal recognizance bond. But we are done with this hearing. I'm going to go ahead and release you. Thank you.
Man, these sovereign citizens just do not listen. The judge literally said he was going to send the court date in the mail, and yet this guy still looked confused. I guarantee he was too focused on memorizing his little script instead of actually listening. Newsflash, this isn't a school presentation. Sticking to a script doesn't help when the judge is clearly explaining exactly what's going on. If he had just paid attention, he probably could have wrapped this whole thing up, plead guilty, pay a fine, maybe take a class. But no. He chose to be difficult, and now he might end up spending a few nights in jail. Not the smartest decision, but hey, it's a sovereign citizen, so what did we really expect? I seriously don't get these people. The court is literally handing them the easiest way out, and somehow they still manage to make it worse. What's the end goal here? To prove a point that's never worked and never will. The law's pretty straightforward. If you're charged with something, show up, listen, and handle it like a rational adult. But these folks, they'd rather argue nonsense and act like they've uncovered some secret legal loophole. At least they make for some wild content, so I guess I can't complain too much. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Personally, I think the judge handled it perfectly. Calm, firm, and professional. Not too harsh at all. But I know some of you might disagree, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate you all. Take care.